LLB, Lesson 9. Listening with blocks. How to understand speech without translating. What this lesson does. Lessons 5 to 8 taught you how to produce language. Rendering meaning varying blocks using frames chaining flow. Lesson 9 teaches you how to receive language correctly. This is the missing half of fluency. The core claim, critical fluent listening is not hearing words. Fluent listening is reconstructing meaning blocks. If you listen for words, you will always be late. If you listen for meaning, you are on time. Why listening feels harder than speaking. Many learners say, greater than I can say things, but I can't understand natives. This is normal and fixable. Listening feels harder because speech is fast, sounds blur together, words are dropped, pronunciation shifts, there is no pause button. But the real problem is what you're listening for. The fatal listening mistake. Most learners listen like this. Sound word translation meaning. This pipeline is too slow. By the time you reach meaning, the speaker is already gone. The correct listening pipeline. Fluent listeners do this. Sound pattern block meaning. No translation. No word-by-word decoding. Meaning appears directly. Why you already do this in English? In English, you miss words but still understand, hear mumbled speech, understand accents, process sarcasm, instantly detect intent before content. You are not decoding words. You are extracting meaning. LLB teaches you to do this in French. Listening is the pipeline in reverse. Speaking pipeline. Meaning blocks sound. Listening pipeline. Sound blocks meaning. Same engine. Opposite direction. Once you see this, listening becomes mechanical. What you actually listen for. When listening, ignore unfamiliar nouns, filler words, fast endings, perfect pronunciation. Listen for only 3 things. 1. Agent. 2. Event. 3. Frame. Patient details can wait. Why events matter most. Verbs carry the sentence. If you catch the event, you usually understand the situation. Miss nouns. Miss adjectives. Miss articles. Catch the event. Example, do not translate. You hear fast French speech. You don't catch everything. But you hear. J. Weiss demande parce que. You already know. Agent, I event, go frame, tomorrow frame, because. Meaning reconstructed. Details are optional. Listening is statistical, not precise. The brain does not need 100% accuracy. It needs enough signal. Meaning emerges from partial cues, familiar shapes, expected patterns, contextual frames. This is why understanding jumps suddenly, not gradually. Why beginners panic, and shouldn't beginners panic because they think greater than I missed a word, so I missed everything? This is false. Fluent listeners miss words constantly. They just don't care. The listening mindset shift. Replace this. Greater than I need to understand every word. With this. Greater than I need to understand what's happening. This single shift changes everything. Why subtitles can hurt early. Subtitles force reading, word matching, translation, divided attention. This locks you into the slow pipeline. Early listening should be block-focused, not text-focused. Use subtitles sparingly and strategically later. What not understanding really means. Often, I didn't understand means. I understood the situation but not the details, and I judged that as failure. That is incorrect evaluation. Understanding the situation is success. Listening builds faster than speaking. Once you listen correctly, vocabulary absorbs naturally, pronunciation sharpens, grammar stabilizes, patterns lock, and confidence rises. Listening feeds speaking automatically. Why this lesson changes everything. After Lesson 9, learners often realize greater than I understand more than I thought. Because they stop demanding precision and allow meaning to surface. This removes the biggest psychological barrier. What you must not do while listening. Do not Rewind, constantly pause to analyze, translate, mentally judge, comprehension, harshly give up early. Let meaning wash over you. Your brain is better at this than you think. What Lesson 9 has installed, if it worked, if this lesson landed, you now. Listen for blocks, not words, tolerate ambiguity, extract meaning faster, stop panicking, feel comprehension improving. This is the other half of fluency. Completion criteria. You are done with Lesson 9 when you stop chasing every word you catch, agents and events naturally, frames jump out at you, you feel less exhausted, listening comprehension feels possible. If listening feels lighter, it's working. What comes next? Lesson 10 introduces micro-stories, how speaking and listening fuse into natural conversation. This is where fluency becomes interactive. End of Lesson 9, listening unlocked. The loop is closed.